So I received a message the other day from a gentleman saying that he is offended by a post I've put up over at Real Men Real Style. He's saying that it's racist, that it's stereotypical.
It's gross, it's racist.
And that I am unfit to run a men's style blog, and that he's going to report me to the Better Business Bureau unless I alter or take down that post. So what should I do? Gentlemen, in today's video, what to do when you offend people. Tip number one, tell them to go f themselves. Now, I know that's what we want to do. I want to do it sometimes, but guys, no, kill them with kindness. And the way I do this is I just simply reach out, treat them with great respect, and actually try to figure out, first off, did they actually read the post? Now, the post in particular this gentleman's upset about is construction of a black man's wardrobe. This has over 3,000 shares on Pinterest, thousands of shares on Facebook. It does really well, and it was written by a gentleman named LaTroy Woods. He runs the blog Man Becomes Style, and he's of African-American descent. And he's the one that came up with the title, thought it was a great post, wanted to talk about how his complexion plays into his clothing choices and all those other details like that. I couldn't see why this gentleman was really offended unless he didn't read the article. He didn't get into it, and that happens all the time. People go off a headline, people go off an image, and they just simply send something out saying it is offending them when they actually don't even understand the point that the author is trying to actually put out there. Tip number two, and this is especially useful if you didn't like my tip number one, and that's simply to ignore them. You are going to offend people pretty much with anything you do in life that matters. If you're going to stand for something, if you're going to state your beliefs, if you're going to build something of value, you are going to offend somebody for some reason, and you just can't stop this. So for a lot of people, they just completely ignore this. They don't bother with it, they don't respond, and they just let the haters hate, and they keep moving forward. Tip number three, evaluate your position. Are you in the wrong? Ask yourself that question. Am I actually in the wrong here? You want to evaluate, look closely at your own position. Now, this assumes that you're not going to ignore the person and that maybe you've already opened up those channels of communication. Try to understand their point of view, looking at what you are doing, and it really strengthens your own position when you can question it, when you actually look, okay, this person is saying this, I'm trying to understand their logic, I'm trying to understand their reasoning, and then I'm going through and reevaluating my own position. Tip four, take responsibility for your mistake or hold your ground if you're in the right. So this comes after you've evaluated your situation. And if you realize, okay, I can see actually why they're offended, didn't actually think it would have any impact on this person or this group, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and retract this. I'm going to apologize. But if you find I'm actually in the right, there is no reason for them to be offended. You realize this is worth fighting for, because that's what it may actually come to. And you need to resolve, you need to know, hey, that this could cost me, even though I'm in the right, maybe resources, it could actually cost you a lot of time. It may be something that affects or tarnishes what people think is your reputation. But remember, your reputation is a shadow of your character. Your character is who you are and what you stand for. And if you have examined that, you know you're in the right, then there's nothing wrong with fighting for what you believe in. Tip number five, communicate effectively. What we're looking for here is empathy. For you guys not just to logically understand each other, but also to emotionally feel why the person on the other side is so offended, why they're so upset. And for you guys to be able to go back and forth, maybe you're going to agree to disagree, but you've actually communicated and hopefully in private. Now, we see a lot of these public spats where people are going back and forth and they're doing it on Twitter, they're doing it in a public forum, they're doing it where other people can observe. It's a big communication mistake because people don't want to look stupid in front of other people. They don't want to look like they've made a mistake, and so they're not going to retract. But if you can have the conversation in private, behind closed doors, you're going to find people are much more open to actually listening and actually hearing what you have to say. It's very difficult to make sure that someone actually understands you. But what you can do is you can be very clear and you can be the one that understands them. I find if I can repeat back to that person and say it in a way that they agree that, yeah, it sounds like you get what I'm saying, that you understand, then that actually disarms a lot of people. They're like, oh, this person gets my point. And again, even if we walk away, we agree to disagree, then it's something, at least the mutual respect is there. All right, gents, now it's your turn. I want to hear from you guys down in the comments. What do you do when somebody offends you? What if someone were to tell you, oh, you offended me? Would you say, get out of my face, snowflake? Or are you going to actually talk with them, figure out what's going on? I know we've got a wide variety of opinions, and we live in a world in which it seems people get offended a lot. Now, I would advise you, if you're offended by a lot of things, to develop thicker skin, to realize that the world is not always going to cater to you. But that's just me and my background, and I'm kind of more of the whole tough love kind of approach. But guys, I want to learn from you. I want to hear from you guys down in the comments. Please let me know, what could I have done to make this video better? So gentlemen, take care. I appreciate you. I appreciate everything we built here at Real Men Real Style, and I will see you in the next video.